This video really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
I put HIV positive on my all my profiles. People don't want to touch you. I remember being on a date with someone. So I brought him back to my place. It was like, okay, like I need to tell you something. Like I'm HIV positive. And I remember he like looked at me. It was like I murdered him. I was like, I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me. He was like, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me. And like, you gave me HIV, and like was just losing his mind. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. Even if I bled on you, like in an open wound, like that wouldn't happen.
Already, I have a question. And my question is, do you think what he's done is correct? Like, imagine going on a date with somebody, sleeping with them, and then the next day or a few days later, they tell you they have HIV. That's literally illegal in Ireland. Like, he can do 5 years in prison for that. I'm not sure if it's illegal in the UK, but that is 1000% illegal. And what about consenting? What about consenting to sleeping with somebody? Because this person would not have consented to sleeping with you if they had known that you had HIV. And like a lot of woke people and left people, they love to drive home consent. But why aren't we talking about consent of the person that he slept with?
Wouldn't happen. I'm undetectable. But he just like didn't want to hear it. Now, like the way the law goes, like being undetectable, like I really don't have to like disclose my status.
Yes, you do.
And you think about it, like anyone that you meet on your first date or if like you're hooking up, like are you like, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure. You're not telling them any of this shit. Where HIV is now.
He just compared HIV to high blood pressure and diabetes. You can't contact and spread diabetes. You can't contact high blood pressure. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would actually have left. I would have actually left the room. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation with this person. Like, you never need to tell anyone you have diabetes if you don't want to, because when is it really ever going to be a problem unless you're over at their house and they give you like a can of Coke and you go, actually, I can't drink that. I'm diabetic. And it's like, oh yeah, no, okay, that's fair enough. And nothing's ever going to be said about that again. But like, you know, if you're sleeping with someone and after you sleep with them, you tell them that you have HIV, that person has to run to the clinic and pray in the next 6 months they don't come back HIV positive. You've completely ruined someone's life and you're comparing it to diabetes. Okay.
Like if you are undetectable, like you don't necessarily like have to disclose that. I don't think you're putting anyone at any risk that you have to like necessarily go through that, but it's because of the stigma and shame that I feel like I have to disclose. People would look at that as betrayal.
What does undetectable HIV mean? I think I needed to look this up. Okay, let's see. This means the levels of HIV are so low that the virus cannot be passed on. This is called having an undetectable viral load or being undetectable. Can you still get HIV for someone who's undetectable? People with HIV who take antiretroviral medications are prescribed and who achieved and maintain an undetectable viral load have effectively no risk of sexually transmitting the virus to people without HIV. So, okay, it still comes down to the fact that the person should be able to give their consent whether they want to have to sleep with you or not. By not giving that person the option of knowing, I think that is still completely a breach of trust in the relationship, because consent is everything. And a lot of people, everyone would want to know if you have HIV before you sleep with them. And then you can explain what undetectable HIV is, and you can go into all of that. And if they want to go to a health clinic with you to talk to a doctor about it, I think that's even within their rights of knowing that, because it's being dishonest. You're not being honest with the person. And if you're going to sleep with somebody and if you like them enough to sleep with them, I think 90% of people only sleep with people they like. So I don't think you're being fair to the person. That's completely unfair. I might have started this video not knowing what undetectable HIV means, but even after knowing that the virus cannot be passed on as a result of how low the virus in the blood is, people still have the right to know that you have HIV. It is not like having diabetes. It's not like having high blood pressure, because it's an incurable disease. What do you think?